Hey, what's up? This is Alex Brooks, and today is the 21st day. So 21 days of shooting video. So today I want to talk about, there's a handful of things I want to talk about, but I want to start today talking about giving a shout out to my mentor, Aaron Rose. Yesterday I posted a video that I talked about scope creep. And the cool thing about right now is I'm not really dealing with that, but I had a moment where a client made me reflect on the past where I have had some projects where scope creep occurred. So, but the reason why I bring Aaron Rose up, he's been an incredible mentor to me over the years and has really let me into his world and understanding business as an investor, more on the investor side. So shout out to him. He yesterday sent me not article, but an example contract of how he avoids scope creep with clients. So just kind of piggybacking off of that from yesterday. So scope creep for the business owners that haven't experienced it yet, because you're new to the business world or are not sure of the concept. Scope creep is when you sit down with a client and you establish details for a project to be done, and those details change after you've solidified the contract and how much things are going to cost. Why that's a thing you want to avoid is because you could price a project for maybe $2,000. I'm giving you an example, $2,000 a month, but and then once you get started, they add several things on that wasn't written in the contract. This is hard because it can affect your team, and it affects your revenue, but it affects your resources as well, because what you plan for is not what you're doing. So being very clear with your clients about exactly what is going to be done before you get started is critical. And it's a balancing act, because sometimes you come up with stuff that needs to be done, and even though if you do define the project work, sometimes you end up having to work harder to get those specific things done. So it's a balancing act, but you want to do the best you can to avoid scope creep. Another topic that I want to talk about, having mentors like Aaron Rose, Joshua Dirks, who is the owner of Project Bionic, is really important as an entrepreneur, because you need to have people around you who are doing things 10 times the size of what you're doing, because they're able to share their experience and help you save time and the headache of going through painful experiences that they've already been through. Since I'm mentioning mentors, another mentor I would love to just give a shout out to is a guy named Victor Huang. He is, he owns a camera security company. He works with some of the biggest, biggest companies in the world, like FedEx and UPS. But my point is, I digressed a little bit. My point is, having mentors is important because it helps you. It helps you save time. It helps you fast track your approach to growing your business or developing your business. And not that you can get things done overnight, but if you have somebody in your life that it took them 10 years to get something done or achieve a certain level with their business, and they learned from that and figured out how to do it now in 2, and you have conversations and you sit down with that person, that could help you skip the painful learning curves and situations where you're wasting and burning a lot of time. So highly recommend that. Another thing I really just want to talk about is celebrating this week. The past 2 weeks have been tough because we're putting together this summit. There's still some details that need to be flushed out, and I feel that we're getting closer to getting things done. So I'm really pumped about that. It was a lot of work ahead of us when we first started, and there still is a lot of work to be done, because the promotion is one of the most critical parts of putting together any big major event where you want to have people to attend. But I want to celebrate that, and also celebrate all the new clients that we brought on. It's been the past few weeks have been really good. They've been challenging because of the time commitment, which lately I've been doing 7 a.m. sometimes to midnight, sometimes to 1 a.m. in the morning, which is not my regular schedule. But I am a person that is obsessed with getting things done and taking myself, my business, anything I focus on, I want to figure out ways to level it up and take it to the next level. So, which actually leads me to yesterday. I got a chance to sit down and watch the new Jordan series that everybody has been talking about, the Last Dance. And for anybody who knows me, I'm a huge Kobe fan. I am a Jordan fan, but because Kobe is from my generation, I was able to see more of his stuff real time, versus Jordan. But it was cool seeing. We've only watched the first 2 episodes, but it was cool seeing what triggered Jordan, his motivation, and revisiting that, as an adult, because I have followed him, but not as much as I followed like Kobe Bryant. But it was cool to really see some of the triggers and motivation and how he attacked certain things, how he took on challenges. And I was watching an interview a few days ago that I think also inspired me to, at some point watch this series. Somebody was telling a story about Jordan, how he would, if he couldn't get triggered by the opponent doing something to make him upset, he would create his own story about something that the opponent did, and use that as fuel and motivation. And what I really like about that, it made me think about my business and how I can apply things like that to my business, because you'll have conversations with people who they may not say directly that they're doubting what you're doing, but when you're bringing things up, you'll see how people respond, or you'll see the concern. And as running a business, you always have to stay motivated and focused. So what I took from what I've watched so far from The Last Dance and that short story that I heard was, finding any reason that you can find to motivate you, to push you, to just take whatever you're doing to the next level. Whether it's creating stories about competitors, or in your head to give you more fuel and juice. I think it can be a powerful tool to push your business forward. So that's all I have for today. I'll leave with this. Take time to find mentors that can help you shorten the learning curve. Find excuses and reasons, even if you have to create up stories in your head, to create motivation to push yourself forward with your business or your goals. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.